All right, welcome back. This is the video for a card we called Why Not Color Your DSP card, or something to that effect. And there are times when the beautiful designer series paper that we have sometimes is monochromatic or just has one color in it, and such is the case with this particular sheet from your package. It has the Night of Navy and the Balmy Blue, but no other color in it. And so we thought this would be a good opportunity to show you how we can introduce some more color. So in your kit of parts, you're looking for the envelope that has the Night of Navy base in it. Your base has probably been folded to fit it down in your envelope. You're also going to find a white matte layer for the inside of your card. I've lost a piece in my box here. Where is it? No, here he is. Okay. So you have a white piece for the inside. You have a piece of balmy blue that has been embossed with this lovely leaf pattern, stitched leaves, and that goes on the front. You should have a 3x3 matte piece of the Night of Navy, and you should have one of the smaller white tags. Okay. Now we need to cut a couple of pieces of designer paper. And so from this particular piece that we've used a strip of it in another project, it's the yellow polka dot one, you're going to want a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece. And you're going to have some left over. You can make another one of these cards if you so desire. There we go, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this strip of paper here in the background is from, no, it's not this one. Let's see, it is a blue, sort of a speckle. I may have used mine all up. Yep, I did. So when we were making up our cards, we were using up an awful lot of paper to make different samples and whatnot, but it really doesn't matter. Anything that is the navy pattern will be fine. And we just need a little 1/2 inch strip of that, and it just has to be long enough to cross this blue piece. Yeah, and I'll glue it on and then I'll trim it off. Okay, now for coloring. Mango Melody is the yellow color that is in this designer series paper. You can use anything you like, any yellows would work. And if you notice, some of the flowers are colored in blue and some are white. And so what I'm going to do is start with my light, and I'm going to color on the ones that are white. There's nothing complicated about this, it's just going around and filling them in. Cool. And this big one. I may not even need the dark blend. I seem to be doing okay with the light, and there's some balmy blue in the centers of them anyway, so that seems to be working just fine. I'm just doing the outside edge. Because the background in this paper is Night of Navy, it's sort of covering up where if I go off the edges at all. There we go. This one here. And don't forget to do the ones on the edges. here. There, and you can see how it brings out some fun in the design. In the past, we have done this, long ago with a poinsettia paper. The poinsettias were sort of a creamy vanilla color, and on one of the cards that we did, we colored our poinsettias in a deep, rich red, probably real red, I think is what we did them, for that Christmassy color. And it worked really well. There we go. Now if I wanted to, I could take my dark and I could come in on maybe this larger one where they did have some darker blue in the middle. I could just go over those little sections and color the middle of the flower in yellow with the dark, and I could cover over the blue there. Looks good. Okay, let's do some stamping now. We need to stamp our tag. And there's lots to choose from in this stamp set. There's plenty. We did Let's Celebrate on our sample card, but that does not mean you have to do that. It could be Dear Friend, it could be Thanks, it could be Thinking of You, whatever you think you can fit. We could do Thinking of, and your anniversary, your graduation, your new adventure, all the wonderful things you do could all go on the inside of the card. So maybe I'll do that. Thinking of on the front, and then we'll leave it open for interpretation for what you might want to be thinking of for the inside. And I'm going to be using Balmy Blue ink for that. And that's just going to go right there, like that. I love how these delicate little sort of scripty handwriting fonts look on a tag. They stamp really clean, really simple. Okay, let's get to gluing everything together here. So I'm going to glue down my designer paper panel to the matte piece. That. And I can put that inside panel in. I will decide what I'm thinking of when I'm closer to giving this card, because like I said, there's anniversary, birthday, all the wonderful things you do. Could be any number of different things. So when I know who I'm going to give this card to and what it's for, I'll just pull out the stamp set and stamp the inside. Then I'm going to do this thin little designer series paper strip down the middle of the stitched embossed piece. I will use my grid paper here to help me line this up. Yeah, I knew I was crooked as my eyes could be. There we are. And we'll just trim off that extra little piece. And then this is going to go on the front of the card, and be generous with your glue or your adhesive, because when you run this paper through the machine and it stitches it all over it, you can see it's tending to curl and whatnot. So I want lots of glue to stick it down well. flip it over and use my bone folder on the back of it to apply a little bit of pressure and squish the glue around. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to attach our little matte square block here directly because the tag is going to be up on dimensionals. And I'm just positioning this so that the 3/8 or it's a little bigger than 1/2 of an inch on the top and the bottom is what I also have over here on the left, just to make it equidistant. That just goes on there like that. And then we need some dimensionals on the back of our tag piece. Like that. Oh, just before I stick it down, there's a couple of little things here that didn't get poked out. There we go. And I'm just going to line the point up midway on the little designer paper series strip, and I'm leaving the same 3/8 or 1/2 inch or 3/4 or whatever it is on this side that's on this side. There we are. Then we just need some bling. And since we did the Mango Melody coloring, let's do some Mango Melody dots. So one there, one up here, maybe a little one, maybe a little one. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. Right here on our tag. There we are. Great little card design. So, color your designer paper. Don't be afraid to experiment. Looks good. All right. Thanks for joining me.